Hello students, welcome to the online classes on chemistry. In last class we have discussed oxidation of aldehydes. That is, oxidation of aldehydes will provide you what? Carboxylic acids. Now in this class we will continue with the same concept, that is oxidation of aldehydes only, but by using different reagents. Now, oxidation of aldehydes by using Tollens reagent. Which reagent? Tollens reagent. I think you know about Tollens reagent. See, what do you mean by Tollens reagent? What is Tollens reagent? First thing you should know regarding this Tollens reagent is, it is a mild oxidizing agent. It is a mild oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. It can oxidize aldehydes into corresponding carboxylic acids. See, this Tollens reagent is nothing but, this is very important, Tollens reagent is nothing but, it is ammonical silver nitrate solution. It is nothing but what? Ammonical silver nitrate solution. How to prepare this one? The formula for this is NH3 twice Ag. This is a central atom. Over here, these ammonia, these are called as ligands. Over here, no need to discuss those all things, because you will come across those things in another topic, a topic of inorganic chemistry, that is coordination compounds. Okay, while discussing coordination compounds, we will have the complete picture of this compound. This is actually a complex, means coordination compound. This is known as NO3 minus is known as counter ion. Or otherwise I will write everything. See, this is Az. Silver is known as central atom. What is this? Central metal atom. And this ammonia, this is known as ligand. NO3 minus, this is known as counter ion. Okay. Now you look at this over here. If you remove NO3 minus, what it becomes actually? AgNH3 twice. This becomes plus 1. Why? Because NO3 is minus 1. Okay. But ammonia over here, NH3 is a neutral ligand. It has a zero charge. whatever the total charge is present on this sphere, this is known as coordination sphere. The total charge present on this coordination sphere, that is +1, is the charge on the central metal atom, because this is 0. 0 plus 1 is +1. That is the charge present on the silver. Over here, the active species in this Tollens reagent is Ag+1. Silver is present in which state? +1 state. Silver is present in +1 oxidation state. You know that silver always exists in elemental state, because almost all, women use ornaments. Those ornaments, silver ornaments, they won't react very easily. That indicates silver +1 easily becomes what? Silver. By taking what? By gaining 1 electron. It gains 1 electron to become what? Silver metal, solid. This process is a spontaneous process. It takes place very easily. Because Ag+1 try to become Az, because Az is more stable than Az+1. See, this addition of gaining of electron is known as reduction. Gain of electron is known as what? Reduction. This is nothing but reduction. What is this? This is nothing but what? A reduction. Now, means Ag+1 of this Tollens reagent undergo reduction, means Tollens reagent undergo reduction by oxidizing other compound, means it acts as a what? Oxidizing agent. What happens when aldehydes reacts with Tollens reagent to form a silver mirror. Means a shining silver mirror is formed. Actually, this Tollens reagent is used to determine presence of aldehydic group. Which group? Aldehydic group in given organic compound. Because when a given compound to the given compound Tollens reagent is added, on adding Tollens reagent to the given compound, if it provides a silver mirror solution, that indicates there is a presence of what? Aldehyde. Because aldehyde is oxidized to corresponding carboxylic acid, and this Tollens reagent is reduced to silver. That due to the formation of this silver metal, the solution appears what? Like a silver mirror. I will write the reaction. RC double bond H. Okay. When it is oxidized by using diamine silver complex, this is nothing but ammonical silver. But this takes place in presence of a base, that is sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide base. Listen, over here 3 OH minus are used. You need to remember these points. I told you, whenever aldehyde is oxidized, what is the product? Carboxylic acid. But over here I will write carboxylate anion. Actually, this is the species which is formed. Carboxylate anion is formed. Is nothing but what? Oxidation only. Because you see, conversion of this aldehyde into carboxylate anion is oxidation process. How? Over here, how many oxygens are there? 1. Over here, how many? 2. Addition of oxygen is known as what? Oxidation. Now, see over here, how many OH minus ions are there? 3. I will write over here. 3 OH minus means, actually what happens? OH minus. This OH minus combine with, see, this OH minus takes this H plus to become what? H2O. One H2O is formed. It becomes O minus 2. It becomes what? O minus 2. Because already minus 1 is there. When H plus is removed, it becomes O minus 2. And this OH minus, another OH minus takes H plus from this acid, this aldehyde to form what? H2O. How many H2O? Listen, totally over here 2 H2O is liberated. One H2O and another H2O over here. This O minus 2, it loses what? 2 electrons to become nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is added to the aldehyde to become carboxylate anion. How many electrons are donated? 2 electrons. But over here only one Ag plus 1 is there. One Ag plus 1 takes 1 electron. One Ag plus 1 takes 1 electron. But how many electrons are donated by one oxide ion to become a nascent oxygen? 2 electrons. Therefore you need to take 2 Az. It becomes what? 2 Az solid. This is nothing but a silver mirror. What is this? Silver mirror solution. It appears like a silver mirror. Plus, there is a over here 2 2s are 4 ammonia molecules are ammonia gas is liberated during the process. See what happens over here. Az plus 1 is converted into what? Az. This is nothing but what? This is nothing but a reduction. What is this? A reduction. Means this undergo reduction means it acts as a what? Oxidizing agent. It oxidizes, Tollens reagent oxidizes aldehyde into corresponding carboxylate anion. Understood? This is used as a, this one is used as a lab test for the determination of presence of aldehydic group in the given organic compound. If the given organic compound contain aldehydic group, then on reaction with Tollens reagent, it forms what? Silver mirror. Okay. This is a very important for the point of examination, and even again you will come across the same test in biomolecules topic. Biomolecules where you are going to discuss carbohydrates. If you take a glucose, if you take what? Glucose is a carbohydrate that contains aldehydic group. That presence of aldehydic group can be tested by using Tollens reagent. Okay. Now the second reagent is, listen. The second reagent over here is Fehling solution. Fehling solution. Fehling solution. See, you know already the Tollens reagent. What is Fehling solution? Before going to discuss oxidation of aldehydes by using Fehling solution, I will discuss what is Fehling solution first. You should know what is Fehling solution so that you can understand the oxidation process. What is Fehling solution? See, Fehling solution, it has two components. It has two components. One is Fehling solution A and another one is Fehling solution B. Fehling solution A is nothing but it is a aqueous copper sulfate solution. So blue aqueous copper sulfate solution. What is Fehling solution B? It is nothing but a solution of sodium, potassium tartarate in alkali like sodium hydroxide. This mixture of sodium potassium tartarate with sodium hydroxide, this mixture is known as what? Fehling solution B. I think you know tartaric acid. Tartaric acid is nothing but COOH, CHOH, CHOH, COOH. This is tartaric acid. If you replace this H plus by Na plus and this one by K plus, now it becomes sodium potassium tartarate. With this, if you add NaOH, this is nothing but Fehling's solution B, FSB, Fehling solution B. This blue aqueous copper sulfate solution is known as what? Fehling solution A. Then what is Fehling solution? See, equimolar mixture of Fehling solution A and Fehling solution B is called Fehling solution. Have you got the point? Equimolar mixture of A and B is called what? Fehling's solution. What will happen when you add these two? Over here, the active species in copper sulfate is copper plus 2 ions. Which ion? Copper plus 2. See, actually, when Fehling solution A and Fehling solution B are mixed, what will happen? This tartarate anion, the sodium potassium tartarate, it get dented to the copper plus 2 ion through these oxygen atoms. How it will get attached to the copper plus 2, that I will show you. See, this is nothing but what? See, over here it forms a coordinate bond with copper plus 2. Such a how many tartarate ligands are get attached to the copper plus 2? 2 tartarate ions. How many? 2 tartarate ions get attached to the You know that when you replace Na plus and K plus, it becomes what? Minus 1, minus 1. Means minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Totally minus 4. This is plus 2. It becomes what? Totally charge on this one is minus 2. Because plus 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Understood? This is nothing but, this is a tartarate ligand. Such a how many? 2. This is nothing but bis tartareto cuprate. Central atom copper becomes cuprate. Cuprate is used. The name of the central atom ends with AT when the complex is a negative, means anion. This is anionic complex. So you need to end the name with what? AT. And if it is a cationic, you need to end the name with simple, means copper you need to write. If it is a positive, means cationic complex. AT indicates the complex is anionic in nature. Bis tartareto cuprate 2 complex. 2 stands for oxidation state of central atom. Okay, over here if you observe clearly, this bis tartareto cuprate 2 complex, this act as a mild oxidizing agent. It acts as a what? A mild oxidizing agent. It oxidizes, listen carefully, please, I am requesting all of you to note down everything along with me while watching the video itself. Please note down everything. Don't be disturbed by the others. You should be in a closed doors while watching the video. Okay. See now what happens in Fehling solution. In Fehling solution, which is the active species, copper plus 2 ion is the active species. Which ion? Copper plus 2 ion. See what will happen when aldehydes are heated with Fehling solution, I will write as a Fs, Fehling solution, to form a red precipitate of cuprous oxide. To form a red precipitate what? Cuprous oxide. Means actually, listen, Fehling solution contains what? Copper plus 2 ion. Copper means cupric. But over here, Cu plus 2 becomes Cu plus 1. How many electrons are needed? 1. Cupric becomes cuprous. Means it undergo reduction. Then it acts as a mild oxidizing agent. It acts as a what? Mild oxidizing agent. Fehling solution, it acts as a what? Mild oxidizing agent. Now, see what will happen, how to write the reaction when aldehydes, RC double bond H reacts with this Fehling solution, which is the active species, copper plus 2, just now I told you, is the active species. This happens in presence of a base. You know already that Fehling's B is a mixture of sodium, potassium tartarate in sodium hydroxide. What will happen? This OH minus out of 5, 1 OH minus takes this H plus to become what? H2O. That already this aldehyde is converted into carboxylate anion. Plus Cu plus 2 becomes Cu plus 1. Cu plus 1 is nothing but cuprous oxide, Cu2O. This is nothing but a red precipitate, red PPT plus H2O. How many? 3 H2O are formed. This is a very simple. How many OH minus ions are there? 5 OH minus ions are there. Out of 5 OH minus, 2 OH minus ions are liberated by, listen, 1 OH minus takes what? This H plus. It becomes H2O. Now this OH minus H plus, this becomes what? H2O. Another OH minus H plus becomes what? H2O. How many O minus 2? 2 O minus 2. 1 O minus 2 is combined with what? This aldehyde. Another O minus 2 combined with copper plus to become what? Cuprous oxide. Okay. This is regarding a Fehling solution. Means Fehling solution is used to test the presence of water, same aldehydic group. Okay. If you want, I will write one example. If you take propanol reacts with, is heated with Fehling solution. I think it's not balanced. Over here 2 coppers are there, just you make it 2. Everything is balanced. Okay. what will happen? It's very simple. CH3, CH2, C double bond O, O minus plus Cu2O plus 3H2O. Understood? This is how Fehling solution is used as a mild oxidizing agent for the oxidation of aldehydes into corresponding carboxylic acids. Now this is still now whatever we discussed is regarding oxidation of aldehydes only. What happens if oxidation of ketones is carried out? See, oxidation of ketones. First thing I want to tell you is oxidation of ketones is a difficult. Compared to aldehydes. Why? Why it is difficult? Why? Because in aldehyde, actually what happens? In aldehydes, this carbon hydrogen bond undergo cleavage. This CH is a weak bond. It's a weak in nature. Whereas in case of ketones, what happens? R C double bond O R, this carbon to carbon bond undergo cleavage. That's why this is being a carbon bond, being a strong bond, it can't be cleaved in normal conditions. You need to maintain what? Abnormal conditions, and you need to use a very strong oxidizing agents. Mild oxidizing agents like anhydrous chromic oxide or pyridinium chlorochromate and this Tollens reagent, Fehling solution, they can't oxidize ketones into carboxylic acids because they are mild oxidizing agents. Mild oxidizing agent can't work for the ketones. They can't work. For this purpose, you need to use what? A strong oxidizing agents like acidified potassium permanganate, acidified potassium dichromate, concentrated nitric acid. These act as a strong oxidizing agents. See then what will happen? See one more thing, all the three will provide water, nascent oxygen which is required for the oxidation. When ketones are refluxed,